Good morning, everybody. I'm Jennifer. This is A Country Life, and it's 9 o'clock here this morning. I usually like to get school started. Well, I should say, I have a perfect world set up in my mind, and in that world, we would always start school at 8:30 in the morning. But I don't always live in that perfect world. How about you? Do you live in your perfect world? Okay, so here we go. It's Monday, and on Mondays, I kind of like to start the week with kind of a basic cleaning. And so if you have ever followed along with like Fly Lady or anything, I know years ago, okay, that's not an actual duck or goose, that is Joe blowing on a call. Okay, so if you've ever followed along with Fly Lady, like I did a long time ago, I read her book, I kind of put together sort of a home, I think she calls it, I don't remember what she calls it, but anyway, I do still, again, in my perfect world, I do still love to do her weekly home blessing. And her weekly home blessing basically includes these things, and it's just supposed to be done as fast as you can. So change sheets, empty all trash cans, dust all flat surfaces, vacuum middles of rooms, sweep and mop kitchen and bathrooms, cull old magazines, catalogs, newspapers, shine entry door windows and mirrors. Okay, that sounds like a lot. And literally, if I wanted to do that to like near perfection, it would take a long time. It also can take a long time depending on how many rooms you have, how many people in your household, that type of thing. So let me just kind of walk you through this a little bit and how I do it. Yep, I hear you, hun. So for changing sheets, I wouldn't change all, let's see, how many beds do we have currently? 1, 2, well, I guess we'd have 5 beds currently. I don't change everybody's sheets every week. Sam is responsible for his own sheets. I guess Peter and Maria are pretty much responsible for changing their sheets, and they just did that about midweek last week. I changed mine midweek last week, and I have Joe's sheets in the wash right now. I was just actually finishing with vacuuming middles of all rooms. I just did the hardwood floor and the black rug, and now I just put on the other attachment, you know, like the beater brush. I put that onto my vacuum, and I'm going to be heading down the hallway and into the bedrooms. I don't clean the rooms. I just get the vacuum in there, and whatever carpeting is showing, that's what I vacuum. Empty trash cans. I have kind of done a little bit of that. We'll have to I just usually have one of the kids run through the house, check all of them, see if they need to be emptied, and put, you know, new bags in. Dusting all flat surfaces can take a long time if you let it, or you can just do it quickly, like just kind of dusting around the TV, dusting off any, you know, end tables that you might have that, you know, don't get stuff moved around on them a lot. If people are setting things there and you're moving things a lot, there's probably not going to be a lot of dust. So I just kind of go through. I usually like to take a quick wipe of my dresser and that type of thing. For the sweep and mop the kitchen and bathrooms, I typically actually vacuum them, and then I will just run a mop. But today, my mop actually is broken, my O-Cedar mop. It has finally given up. I went to pull the trigger the one day, and it just stopped pumping. So I rinsed and I washed and I took apart and I re-put back together, and I cannot get it to work. So I'm going to have to get another one of those. So I might just take a wet rag and just quick wipe over it. You know, you could take like a baby wipe, that works too. Whatever just gets it done quickly. Again, don't overthink it. It's kind of like the cast iron pan. Just wash it, get it clean, put a little bit of oil on it, right? Don't overthink it. Just whatever it takes to get the bathroom floor wiped up. If it's a washcloth and you just quick wipe it, if it's some damp toilet paper and you wipe along the baseboards, whatever it takes. Cull the old magazines, catalogs, and newspapers. That goes really fast because I do it very regularly. And then shine the door windows and mirrors. Again, I usually will have one of the kids just go out and quick wipe down like our patio door and the door into the garage. And then as far as mirrors, we don't have any like entry mirrors. If we're moving really fast, I will also have one of the kids wipe down the bathroom mirrors as well. All right, Joe, today what are you doing? You're doing some more words?
Yes.
Do you know what these 3 words are? You read them to me.
Look out there.
I don't think so. What was this one?
Look.
Look. What's this one?
Out.
That's not out. It starts with a T.
2.
2. Good, like the number 2, right? And what's this word?
Him.
It starts with a M.
Rim.
More. What's that little word right there?
More.
More. Good job. All right, so now you're going to trace those, and then you're going to read me these sentences, and this one's a question, but you're going to read those to me, okay?
Okay.
All right. You want to read them first, or you want to trace first?
Trace first.
Okay, you trace.
Accompaniments.
So when you do your O's, remember, it does go faster if you start here and you go to the left first. Go this way first. Go this way first.
Accompaniments.
Just in a couple minutes. Just in a couple minutes, huh? Okay, do your K. So it's about 11:30 now, and like the kids have been working on schoolwork. Sam was explaining to me what he was doing in chemistry. We just kind of have been just going about our day. Pretty much everybody in a different direction, just working on schoolwork. I help them log in. I help do things like that. I've also been helping Joe with schoolwork. I've been doing all kinds of laundry today. I think I just did 1 load of towels over the weekend. So I did have 2 great big loads of darks to do. So I first did a whites load, and then I did a darks load. And pretty soon when that one's done, I'll do another darks load. Okay, anyway, I'm just kind of running you through like my day. For those of you who are, you find yourself in that position of homemaker, housewife, stay-at-home mom, whatever term it is that you like. If you're in that position, it's kind of nice to know what other moms do. Like, boy, I feel like I'm just running out of time all the time. But let me tell you, I don't have babies and toddlers anymore. And that is why when kids are working on schoolwork, I actually can go and do housework things because I don't have a baby or a toddler I have to entertain or, care for all of their like basic needs in between schoolwork. Life was very, very different then. And I say that to you guys, I think I've said it, I know I've said it to you before. And I do remind you because although I do know so many of the people here that are watching are my age or older, there are I do see in my demographics, I do see that there are younger women watching as well, and you may be in that position of babies and toddlers still. And I just want to remind you, to set expectations for your day realistically. Years and years ago, I had started up a blog. I also had dreams of other creative outlets, things that I wanted to do. But I had babies and toddlers at that time, and I remember looking, like reading different parenting magazines or maybe even other parenting blogs, things like that, and they would always talk about, why is the lighting weird in here today? And they would always talk about, you know, utilizing your kids' nap time. Well, that was great when I had 2 kids and I was able to get them down for a nap at the same time. But once there were multiple kids and I had someone who was maybe 6 and someone who was 4 and someone who was whatever, you know, like I couldn't utilize nap time anymore. If you're in that position, you understand what I'm saying. The time that your littlest ones are napping, then that's kind of your time to maybe dedicate some time to those little bit older kids. And especially when you are homeschooling and you have kids who are learning to read, that is a great time to help them with their reading because you don't have all the extra distractions. Another tip that they would always give is get up early. Go to bed early, get up early before your kids get up. And I would get very, very salty about that one because I wanted to get up early and get some of the things done in the morning, whether it be my own sort of hopes and dreams and creative outlets, or whether it be even just general housework and things like that. And I had friends who were able to do that. And they could get up early and their kids would stay in bed till like 9 o'clock. I never had those types of children. My kids were up at 5 o'clock way before even me. And yes, there were times, you know, they would like to watch a little TV or something, but you can't just let them watch TV for 3 hours every single morning. At least I didn't feel comfortable with that. So anyway, all I'm saying here is that if you do find yourself in a position where you do have babies and toddlers, just set your expectations based on the reality that you're living in. Because otherwise, if you're setting those expectations based on what you see how other families are working or how other moms are making it work, and you're like, God, I just want that to work for me, chances are there's going to be some anger and some bitterness that are going to find their way inside of you, and that's just never a good thing, right? So anyway, I say all of that just as a reminder to you, because guess what I'm going to do right now? I am going to make a giant double batch of cookies, and this is something I can do now that I wasn't necessarily able to do back when I had little babies and toddlers all the time, because they needed a lot. And so just to get one batch of cookies made was pretty much, you know, you were like, whew, I did it. I'm going to make this grandma's peanut butter cookie recipe. Emily had found this in our family cookbook and she had tried it and she said, Mom, have you ever made that recipe? I'm like, no, I don't think I have. And so probably last year sometime, 2021, I made them and we have been making them ever since. It's just such a good recipe. And I thought today would be a great time to make a double batch of these and make some right now to eat, and then roll a whole bunch in balls, freeze them, and have them in the freezer ready to go for, you know, another time that we want to make peanut butter cookies. So I'm not going to give you all of the measurements here, but I will link this, or not link, but I'll post this recipe in the description box below. So I'm putting double of everything in here. We're going to mix it just like normal cookies. Mix the fats with the sugars until they're nice and creamy. Add in the eggs, the vanilla, if there is vanilla, no vanilla, and then, you know, mix that till it's well mixed, and then we will get in all of the dry ingredients and mix all of that. So let's get to it. So as I'm putting together the cookie dough, I'd really like to just kind of chat with you a little bit about freezer meals, or even just getting things into the freezer for later. I know that there's hundreds, probably thousands of videos out there, and I have some of them too, about making freezer meals and, you know, spending a whole day or maybe an afternoon or what have you, putting together a whole bunch of freezer meals to bring out later in the month, next month, the month after, however long, you know, you want to keep those in your freezer. But I know that there are a lot of people, especially those of you with babies and toddlers, who are like, I do not have an uninterrupted day to get that many things done. Or maybe it's a financial situation to purchase all of those ingredients right now that maybe you won't be using until the month after or the month after that. And so I guess I just sort of encourage you, challenge you to think. If it's something that you kind of would like to do, is to have some things ready, I challenge you to sort of think a little bit outside the box and think, what can I do today? Maybe it's only one little thing extra, like I'm making cookies. Maybe I can make a double batch of cookies and pack it into a Cool Whip container, and you freeze the whole extra recipe. Or if you have time to roll them into balls, roll them into balls right now. Flash freeze them and then put them into a freezer bag. If you're making mashed potatoes, make an extra and put it into a freezer bag. If you're making up a meatloaf or something like that, make an extra. If there's something that you can do, even just one little thing today that you can think, boy, I'm going to do double today. I'm going to bring this out in 3 weeks and we're going to have this exact meal again. That is a great way to start getting some things into the freezer. Well, that cookie dough just about filled this right up. It was all my KitchenAid could do. The KitchenAid actually started to get a little warm working so hard. It's also just a couple minutes here before lunch. Oh, I didn't realize we had that much left over. Okay, well anyway, we had leftover pizza. We went and got takeout pizza from Pizza Hut last night for supper, and I only thought I only thought that we had that left over.
But we actually
have this left over because we made sure we got enough so we'd have leftovers for lunch. But now I made buttered noodles. Well, not buttered, but I made noodles to go with our leftover spaghetti sauce from Saturday night.
That's fine.
So anyway, we're going to make a lunch of all of this. The first pan of cookies came out. I put these in at 375 for 8 minutes, and then I'll just let them cool on the pan for a minute or so. What I'm doing is just baking up 2 pans right now, which is this 40 cookies for us to have right now. And then I started on rolling more, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to have the kids do it. Because I will read from Early Explorers right now. So we're going to do our Early Explorer work. Yep, Maria set it over there on the recliner for me, and they will roll the cookie dough balls, and I will read, and we will, what's the phrase, Peter?
We
will kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Right?
That's actually possible.
It is probably possible, huh? I see the flowers are making it in here. We need to dump our Valentine's Day flowers.
I remember
the Alstroemeria are still so beautiful and standing upright, and then the roses are, I think they're done for. They are done for.
They're sad.
So Peter found a big bag of goose. Is that what this is, right?
Yep.
Goose in the freezer. He got it out, and he's been waiting for it to thaw because he has big plans of making jerky. This will be your first time.
Yep.
There were a couple little freezer burnt spots, so he's slicing those off and then just trimming it up and everything. We're going to bring up the grinder in just a few minutes, grind this up so he can get the jerky seasoning mixed in. It is 5 to 5 already. This afternoon has just flown by, and didn't have anything thawed for supper. And all of a sudden I thought, guess what? I have venison stew in the basement. So I have 2 quarts of venison stew. I'm heating up my cast iron, just a smaller cast iron. I'm going to pour this in here, get this nice and hot. And then I have a couple of these cans of canned biscuits. And I thought I would just put like 1 can of canned biscuits on top and bake it sort of like, oh, I feel like there's a name for that. Probably like biscuits over stew or something.
Gravy.
Something like that. And then I'll just bake another can of biscuits regular for those who, you know, want more than just 1 biscuit over their stew. I've never done this. We'll see how it goes. Oh, that smells so good. Whoa! It's very, very potato-y stew. I think next time, because there will be a next time, this is very, very good, and I love having it on the shelf. The next time that I do this, I think I'll actually probably try to make the stew a little bit meatier. If I remember right, the recipe said you should use like equal parts meat, potatoes, carrots, and maybe the onions too. I can't remember, but anyway, I feel like it's a little too potato-y for my taste anyway. I'd like more carrots and more meat. All right, I'm just going to let this heat up. Once it's nice and hot, I did add some more salt and pepper to it as well. Once it's really hot, then I am going to put the biscuits over top and bake it in the oven, 375, probably about 15 minutes.
The whole time you're like,
Sam!
Oh, that all just fell out. All right, well, I'm just obviously taking clothes out of the dryer. I have the biscuits over stew in the oven, and that gave me just enough time to get out here. Actually, I was trying to coax Joe into clearing off the table so that he could get it set for supper, but he's not having it, and I thought, you know what, I don't really want to have to. I felt like I was getting to a point where I might yell at him. And I thought, you know, just walk away and come back in another minute and talk to him again about it. Actually, now I hear Peter and Maria coming out, so maybe they're gonna help. Yes, we're for sure gonna need forks. I would say spoons, yes. Canned biscuits straight out of the can. Canned biscuits on top of the stew. I think for the prettiness factor, I think that it gets a 10. We'll see how it all turns out. I hope that these are nicely done. And yeah, they feel nicely done. They don't feel like they're going to be mushy because we don't like them mushy.
do you want a little sugar?
You want a little sugar on there, Joe? That's, you know, crayon applesauce.
No, yeah. Sorry.
That's not.
It's gonna be really tart.
It is going to be pretty tart,
As
huh?
soon as I need more.
This looks really good.
I hope it's tasty. I add a little extra salt and pepper to it. Putting your fruit right on there. You're not going to put it in a bowl? You go and do what you want to do.
That's what I was planning on.
You throw all the women from the UK into a tizzy, putting fruit on your plate.
Throw a cherry on top.
Nice. Enjoy.
Fine too.
This venison stew, which I think I might have been calling it beef stew before, but anyway, it's venison stew. The venison stew was very good. We really, really liked having these biscuits on top, and yeah, it just really like soaked up the gravy nicely and everything. It was delicious and nice and peppery too. So if you like pepper, although I don't really have a recipe for this, you guys, you can just make your whatever beef stew you like. You put some biscuits on top, and I did have to bake it longer than what the can of biscuits said. At least an extra 5 to 6 minutes, I think, extra I did. But they really fluffed up, and boy, this was delicious. I just pulled the peanut butter cookie balls out of the freezer. They were nicely frozen, so I double bagged them. I was out of freezer bags, so I just double bagged them in storage bags. And I like to label what temperature they have to bake at and for how long, in case I forget what recipe I happen to have used for some cookies. Then, you know, it just makes it easy. I don't have to look up anything. If someone stops over, I'm like, hey, let's make some fresh cookies. They're ready. All right, so I have 74 cookie balls in here. I'm just so thrilled with that. This is the day that just doesn't want to stop. I am at, I think it's around 7 o'clock or something like that. I'm at Piggly Wiggly. I actually put in a Walmart pickup order for tonight, and because there's just a couple things that I really, really wanted to get, and guess what? Both of the like non-food items, they don't even offer in their curbside pickup, which is a bummer, which means I'm going to have to zip in, I think, into Walmart, and it has been a long time since I've been in there. But anyway, I thought since I was going to be out to do that, I would drop off a ton of stuff at Goodwill. I just have just a load of stuff back there, and then I'd also stop at Piggly Wiggly and Pick and Save and do my my weekly flyer shopping, because I just did not get to that last week. And I am looking for just a couple of things, I think. Let me look at my flyer here quick. I'm looking for some 49-cent canned vegetables, and I'm looking for some frozen vegetables. I really think that's it. So not a whole lot here this week. And I definitely would not have made a special run to here, but since I'm going to make a big loop of driving tonight, I figured I would stop. And I'm alone. Warren's like, yep, kids, they're all at home with him tonight. They're probably sitting in the hot tub right now. Well, we've got parking lot lights. How does that look tonight? I'm just waiting at Walmart. It went great at Piggly Wiggly. I actually got the limit, which was 8 of the canned goods. I just got green beans. So I got 6 cans of green beans and 2 cans of corn. I have frozen corn. Every once in a while I make something and I don't have my corn thawed, and so I thought, well, just have a couple cans of corn would be nice. And then I also picked up a couple bags, 3 bags of frozen vegetables, 2 mixed, and then 1 bag of frozen peas. Oh, all right, that was super fast. She just loaded up my Walmart order here, but I was just saying to you that Piggly Wiggly was great. They also had McCain's products, which is a potato brand. I'm not sure if that's nationwide, but it's actually made fairly local, just like right halfway between Wisconsin Rapids and Plover. There's a great big McCain's factory or whatever, food processing place. And they make all potato products. So French fries and all that, you know, tater tots and everything. Anyway, they had it for $1.99 a bag. They had all of their, they called them like dippers. Let me just show them to you. Well, this isn't it, but they had these little baby cakes, which I thought, they're little mini hash browns. I thought the kids would love these. I think we all would love them. They'd be great when making like breakfast. We've been doing a lot of breakfast for supper lately, and it always goes over. We always eat every single bit of it. Here's what I was mentioning. Dippin' wedges. I've never seen these before. See? Yep. I've never seen these before, and I just thought that would be great. I could pop them in the air fryer. So, all right, well, I'm going to get this turned off. I have to run into Walmart. I had the thought that maybe Piggly Wiggly would have gray thread and a protractor, which are the 2 things that when I placed my Walmart order today, they didn't have that available for pickup. I have to go in, which I thought that seemed kind of odd that they couldn't pull those items. Okay, it is so windy outside tonight. Like I might have been saying this before, but we're setting up for a winter storm. First they were saying it was going to be like 4 to 8 inches, then they said 4 to 6 inches. Now they're saying our area 2 to 4, and we're actually looking to be more on the 2. But we're already getting precipitation tonight. It's like, Well, someone told me what it's called the other day, grackle. Oh my gosh, I have not been into Walmart in so long. They have a lot of fun clothes. They definitely do. I don't need anything, but they have some fun stuff. Hooded dress or something. They're cute. Free spirit, that's not really my thing. Anyway, they're soft, but nope. Little dresses and things, really cute. I love this color. Of course, I always love black. What is this? Oh, they got the, looks like they got the boobs built right into this dress. Kind of interesting. And right there's the proof that I did all kinds of shopping tonight. I'm home now and ready to give you guys a peek at all the groceries. So I placed a Walmart pickup order today, and honestly what I went on there to pick up and to put on the order were these two things. And neither one of these items, look, this opened up on my way home. I don't know, took it out of the package and it was like that. Anyway, we needed a protractor. I'm always baffled by where the protractors go. I know I've purchased protractors for my older kids. I'm getting ahead of myself. So these were the two things. I needed gray thread and I needed a protractor, and I thought I'll pick up, or I'll place a Walmart pickup order, and then I can get, we needed milk, and after making all those cookies, I needed some shortening, and there was just a few things, and I thought, well, I could get it up to $35 with things that we need, and then I don't even have to go into the store. Well, I started putting things into the cart, and then find out that the thread and the protractor weren't even an option for pickup. They had to be shipped. And rather than cancel out the order, when I was placing the order, it just popped up that milk was $1.49 a gallon. And so I thought I might as well just keep the pickup order. These are things that I don't, normally get other places because it's always the best price at Walmart. So I ended up with 7 gallons of milk. So I did get 4 gallons of whole milk and 3 of 2%, but the other ones are out in the refrigerator already. And then Peter has been enjoying making Jell-O squares lately, or Jell-O shapes, whatever, for us. So I picked up a few different flavors that we can't get at Aldi. Aldi only has strawberry and orange. So I did pick up raspberry and cherry, lime, and peach. Oh, and then I also got some nail polish remover because we're just about out. And that is everything from Walmart. And I ended up running in and I was able to get both things inside Walmart. All right, so let's look at my Pick and Save, which is like a Kroger store. That's the brand. I spent just about $20 at Pick and Save, and I picked up 3 peppers. They had the peppers on one of their like super deals for 87 cents a piece. I picked up apples at 99 cents a pound, and then they had, this was one of their digital deals. The digital deals are always the best ones. They had the peanut butter for 99 cents, and I did the price comparison to the Aldi peanut butter that I always get, and this was less expensive per ounce. I could have gotten 5. Same with peppers. The Pick and Save allows you to use the coupon 5 times. Sometimes I just don't need that amount. And same with the cereal. I only used it 4 times. They had the Frosted Mini Wheats and the Fruit Loops for $1.79 a box. And then they also had the 18-count eggs for $1.27. And so I did use that. I got all of them. We've gotten 2 eggs from our chickens. So 1 on Saturday and 1 today. So I think they're liking the longer days that we're getting now. And I do look forward to getting more eggs, but still, we only have 5 chickens. So, right? Do we have 5? Yes, we have 5 chickens. So we're not going to get that many eggs. Not enough to keep us going. The eggs, the cereal, peanut butter, apples, and peppers, that was $20. I thought that was a great price for those things. Yeah, just a great price. I also spent just about $20 at Piggly Wiggly. I picked up the 49-cent a can vegetables, green beans, and some corn. The $1.99 for the 24-ounce bags of frozen vegetables. I got 2 of the mixed veggies, 1 peas. I like to keep a bag of peas. We're not a huge fan of peas, but I do like to keep a bag in the freezer for when I want to make, what do I like to make with peas? 7-layer salad. And then this was something that was not circled in the flyer for me, but when I got there and I was just kind of walking by the frozen vegetables, I saw this and it was such a great price. And it's just nice to have some of these things in the freezer when you want something quick. So sweet potato fries. And like I was saying earlier, McCain's is a local company. These Dippin' Wedges, baby cakes, and baby cakes. So that's everything. I am feeling a little tired here. It's 10:28. I am ready for bed, and I will see you guys in the next video.